What's cracking, guys? Welcome to another Honda recap. It's December 11th. I got a bunch of channels I want to talk about and some recap stuff to go over as well, so let's get in this. What up, guys? Welcome to another week of the Honda Recap. Thanks for tuning in again. If this is your first episode, thanks for joining in. I basically want to go over a bunch of stuff that's been going on in the Honda community, new channels, and just kind of have an open discussion for everybody down in the comments. So, like I said, if this is the first time you're tuning in, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you're notified every Monday night for the Honda Recap, and enjoy. First off, I just want to go ahead and throw this out there that I got quite a few things I kind of want to discuss, or some channels really, so I'm going to skip the Instagram portion for this, and I'm also thinking of maybe possibly making a separate version of the Honda Recap specifically for Instagram to cover a lot more instead of jamming this into one giant thing. If you guys think that's a cool idea, let me know in the comments below. Could make it easier to have a YouTube and Instagram version of the Honda Recap, or I could just put it all in together. I don't know, I'm still bouncing around the ideas. Let me know what you guys think. Anyways, guys, first up, I want to talk about Midnight Garage. It's a group of guys, and I feel like every time they are working on their car, it's at midnight. It always seems to be nighttime, but you know what? If you got a full-time job and you're doing stuff and you got a garage with lights, that's the only time you got to work, so props to you guys. They got a bunch of Civics, but they go through a lot of stuff that they deal with. You know, if you run into something like you break a bolt, how to extract it, how to tuck their wires. They even showed you a really cool way of how to do fender cutouts on the cheap, which I actually enjoyed. That video is a bit old now, but for the most part, that's how I found them, and have just been a blast to watch. Group of friends doing vlogging, car stuff. They do a lot of backgrounds on different vehicles. They have a really great EK Civic and a couple other cool gems they talk about and work on. So I definitely suggest checking them out. Next up, I got a guy, Steven Ocasio. This got thrown into my comments, kind of an obscure guy. I believe he's on the East Coast in New York. He's building a B16A EK Coupe. His channel kind of grew pretty quickly, but he's now starting to do, I believe, daily or continuing on to daily vlogs. And actually, I'm really happy that I found him because he's starting to post more. He got a new camera. He did a quick bio of himself in one of his latest videos. That's actually what's playing right now, or maybe over here. Somewhere there'll be a video of him kind of discussing how he got into the car world, why he's into cars, and it's really a blast to join his channel at a time where he actually explained who he was, because it always sucks to find new channels and then you're just kind of lost and you don't really know what's going on, but then you keep up, and it sucks that sometimes people don't go to your older videos and catch up, because you know what? If you got new videos and new content coming on the regular, people don't usually go back. I wish they would, but I'm glad I found your channel now, dude. I really love what you're doing. I love the work you're putting into your car, and the quality is great, so don't worry about that. And thanks for telling me a little bit more about yourself. Next up, we got Ilkers Garage. These guys are in Turkey. I found these guys because they have 2, maybe 3 track Del Sols that they do actually track out there in Turkey. I'm not sure what tracks they go on. A lot of the videos they actually have don't really have talking. They don't really talk much in the videos. It's great music, and they basically show you how they do things. One video that's really great is they clean an entire engine bay really well. Another one is they put S2000 seats in their Del Sol. And most recently, they have a series going on where they're making a beautiful EK9 yellow Civic. It's just gorgeous, and they're kind of showing you the process of how they're going to restore it and build it, and it's really fun to watch. And if you just find yourself watching a video and then you wonder yourself, like, wow, 15, 20, 30 minutes went by and no one was talking, but I was so like enthused as to what they were doing, that's this channel, Ilkers Garage. I may not be saying that right, but I love their channel, mainly because they have Del Sols, I'm not going to lie, but I love a good track Del Sol, and I love just the intricate work they do in these cars. So props to you guys. I hope you keep posting, and I really want to see what's going on with the EK. Another awesome channel that deserves some credit is Sergmotive Garage. This is another East Coast guy. He is building a K24 RSX. Over the past couple months, he's basically rebuilt the entire K24. Put it in his car and got it to the drag strip. I think it's running 12s or 13s. He's got a video about it, so definitely go check that out. Everything will be below. But really good personality. Channel's really growing strong. A lot of good information. showed you how to make a wire tuck for his RSX, basically laid out his harness, took out all the wires he didn't want, put in the wires he did want, put everything back in. So really cool to see him doing that. Really great to see his RSX come to life. And again, you know, all these guys got amazing personalities, great camera presence, and just like they're trying to have fun, you know, and you can definitely see his personality come out through the camera and with his friends. So, I mean, I love the channel and I love the RSX, and I found you not too long ago, mainly when I got my RSX. So I'm glad to see you building it, and then kind of being able to follow that along gives me hopes, you know. Another RSX guy, JDM Roxy 24. Again, this is a channel I found probably about 6-7 months ago. He got an RSX base model for $500. That's 500. And it was running really well. He just started cleaning the car up, making it look really good. And in the process, I believe I found him when he was about like 300 subscribers, and he jumped to 1,000 in like what seemed like 2 weeks. And his car turned out really, really well. And he also, way before even getting the RSX, had a really nice, well-put-together EG with, I believe, a B20 in it. I'm not positive on that. You should check out his older videos and then let me know, you know, what he had in that. But after starting to build the RSX, I do see that he does have a family. Things may have come up. Who knows? Those things kind of happen. But I do know that he did post last week about new improvements on the RSX. So I'm really glad you're back, dude. I'm really glad you're putting in work. And I hope everything's going well with you, man. Love the channel, love the progress, keep it up, dude. Alright, next up I want to talk about some channels that you guys already know and I've covered, but there are new advancements in what they've been doing, so I want to cover it because, like some of the other channels I talked about before, this is a great time to catch up on old information. So like I was saying earlier, you hop into a channel, you don't really know what's going on, but you kind of follow along, and then you start to like get into the groove of things, and then you're like, alright, cool, now I'm kind of up to speed. Well, this is your chance to really catch up with certain channels and just be like, yo, okay, I'm up to speed on what's been going on. So first off, I want to talk about Stickydiljoe. I don't think this guy needs any introduction, honestly. Joey Lee, you probably know him as from his photography and chronicles and just being in the game forever. Stickydiljoe. I'll put his channel down below. He's got tons of vlogs, tons of car meets. Aside from Weekfest, this guy has done so much for the car community and the Honda car community. He's been around for so long. You know, I've been watching all his photography since I got into cars, since like before 2004, you know, and he's just had a blog and then Weekfest and then just go everywhere. The guy has just been everywhere. But he also has a podcast that he's been working on. You know, him and Utah have been putting on this podcast. It's called The Chronicles on Tape. I believe they're on episode 10, so there's definitely enough time to catch up. They talk about everything from when they go to Japan, from when they initially brought the Conjo circuit and the Conjo loop and the whole Conjo like scene to the US, accidentally finding it and then bringing it here. Really awesome podcast to listen to. I'll also link that specific podcast below. Great group of guys. Definitely want to throw those guys out. I don't think they really need an introduction, but I really loved their podcast. I love that they keep bringing it up and that they're on episode 10. But yeah, if you love their content, they just recently, like I said, posted a video which is basically their 2017 year in review. So you get to see everything that's kind of happened in 2017 with the Chronicles, with Stickydiljoe, in like an awesomely edited 3-minute video that'll catch you right up. To follow that, I got Zosh. This guy literally made a walk around of his DC2, or I guess DC4 as he posted. So if you've ever wondered what this guy has been through, what his car has, he was literally just in a parking lot, got real personal with the camera, walked around the entire car, talked about the build, what's in it, what parts he has, what his plans are. So like I said, a great time to tune in to Zosh's channel because he also made a 30-minute biography of what he's been doing for like the past 4 years on YouTube. Because if you didn't know, Zosh kind of started as like a comedian. Obviously he's a funny guy, but he just made comedy videos, and then he got into cars, and then cars kind of took off. But the blend is definitely obvious in his videos. But watch the biography. It is 30 minutes, but it's absolutely worth the watch. And then go ahead and watch, you know, the biography of his car, so you can kind of see all the parts that went into it and where it sits now. And you can basically just be like, oh, wow, dude, like I've seen everything that you kind of been up to for the past couple years, and so that when you watch on the daily, because he's always uploading, you're up to date with what he's doing. So like I said, props to you, man. Love what you're doing. I always say it, but I always love every upload, and this guy does everything. He built his own block. He helped build his buddy's block. I think the only thing this guy probably can't do is like paint a valve cover. I'm just kidding, dude. I'm just kidding. I love the car. And if this is up before you put up a video about you going to the track, I hope it went well, man. Jon Widmer of Garage Built Hondas also did a walk around of his B20B EF hatch. This guy has a few of them, and I think a couple Wago vans too, but he has a dedicated primered black EF hatch that he takes to the track out there in, I believe, Texas. And he also did a walk around of his car, so if you've missed everything he's done to this car, from rear disc brakes to bushings to the B-swap to, he even did a video of him doing the valve seals in his buddy's car in his garage without pulling the head, which is actually really cool to watch because you need a compressor and you need to be able to do it, and most people take the head off, but he shows you it's not difficult to do it in the car. But if you want to catch up on his car, like I said, he does a walk around explaining everything he's done to the car and what it is, so definitely a time to check out his channel and get caught up. Alright, next up we got Dana, Youngestatic. This guy has been producing content on the daily, and the wealth of knowledge I see in every single video is insane. Actually, in the past 2 or 3 days, he had a customer drop off a car. That's right, a customer. This man just is so quick and so nice, and literally people bring him in his car and he just cleans them up, and he just has the knowledge to do it all by himself in his driveway, and he shows you how he does it. But in the past couple days, someone dropped off, I believe, an EG6 with a D-Series, and literally dropped off a LS block head and a turbo and just said, yeah, I need this in the car. I believe the customer had everything up in his room, like at the second story of an apartment maybe. I'm not quite sure, so he had to take everything apart and bring it to him. But it's just been crazy to watch this couple videos set that he's released because the engine didn't have certain things, but Youngstatic's just been around the block so much that he just has parts all over the place, all organized. Literally had a sheet, a whole exact binder sheet, just full line by line of things he has in every box. So just insanely organized. But he needed bolts, he had them. Bolt stripped, he extracted it, put a new one, goes to the junkyard, grabs something, was able to basically take apart everything, put it together and into the car within 2 days, it looks like. And it's amazing to see what you're doing, dude. And I love the motivation you have, because it's just every single day you have something new, and it's not just going out and kicking it, it's actual work that you're putting in, and it's insane. What I also find crazy is, as he was trying to time the motor, he found out that the timing belt was actually ripped, just completely ripped. This guy legitimately had an entire tune-up kit with a new timing belt just ready to go as a pack, took apart the whole thing, replaced everything, and put it all back together, working until like 2 or 3 a.m. It's just, I don't know, man, the dedication you have, much respect. I love what you're doing, and I love the knowledge that you just drop in like every video without even trying to. It's just the way it is, and the way you explain it is so straightforward. I learned so much with every video. Next up, another guy that needs no introduction, that's Mark with Honda Street Garage. I believe he's on his 80th episode this year. That's so many videos, and as you've been following along, he put a K20A2 in his Civic sedan, and it's looking great. But with the process of that, this guy has worked on so many different kinds of blocks and cars and engines and all together, so he did a really great discussion on H to B versus K versus J swap, the possibilities, whether you want it, how easy it is it the best for you, is it cost effective? This is the kind of information I love talking about, and I'd love to have conversations with people about, because you have so many options with these cars. They are just legitimately Legos. So it's a great conversation. Check it out in the link below. It's an awesome conversation, like I said, and I really enjoy him going through each one and kind of explaining why you would want it or why you wouldn't want it, and getting the whole community involved. If you read the comments of that videos, everyone's throwing out there their favorite, what he should do, what they think they should do. So I love what he does for the community. I love what you do for the community. I'll just tell you straight out, man. And it's a great conversation, and I'm glad that you took the time to actually discuss this. Speaking of community, Chris Sadowski was trying to do the hood risers on his car, because I believe that it does actually work for the DA. So in doing so, it didn't actually work out, and Youngstatic to the rescue actually had some extra risers he found while he was doing a bunch of cleaning in his garage, sent them to Chris. Chris put them in his car, and then he was actually able to install them in his car, get the look he was feeling for, and actually did a quick video on whether or not it was actually effective. But like I said, I love the fact that the community is just helping each other out. Dana literally saw in a video that it didn't quite work out the way Chris was doing it. He's like, yo, look, I have these, sent it to him. Couple days later, I see a video on Chris's channel where he installed them on his cars, driving around. He's got his hood propped up, looking choicey in his DA. And all while I'm sitting back and seeing that how two people in Arizona and California can collaborate and just be like, yo, I got your back, dude. I have this. Let me get these to you and let me help you achieve your goals right now. And that's what I'm looking for. And that's what I love about the Honda community and the YouTube community as a whole. So props to you guys. That's the community I'm looking for. All right, guys, last but not least, we got OMGTeggy. I talked earlier about this guy pulling the vinyl off his car, doing some body work. Well, today, I believe he bought an entire Dip Your Car set. He revealed the new color of his car. I'm super juiced for this because not many people are dipping their cars anymore. A lot of people went vinyl wraps because it's so cost effective, but I don't know if you take it somewhere to get done. I believe it's actually pretty expensive, but I do see a lot of people actually trying to wrap their own cars, which is cool. That's something I've always wanted to do and maybe try to jump on in the future. But until then, this guy bought an entire Dip Your Car set, unboxed it, revealed what color he's going to do, and I'm personally juiced to see this guy go ahead and spray his own car and see what happens there. So props to you, man, and all the work that you're doing. All right, guys, that wraps up this week's Honda recap. I know I don't have Instagram involved, so I super apologize about that, but I just wanted to make sure that I got to cover a lot of the stuff that happened this week, and every time I do that, it gets to be really long. So yeah, I've been kicking around the idea of doing a special Instagram segment of just this type of thing. I may just bring it all in at the same time, but I'm not quite sure if that's something I'm wanting to do yet, but I'll have them in next week. I assure you that. Anyways, guys, I want to take a couple seconds to say thank you. I appreciate you all tuning in. Again, I'm literally here in my little tiny office talking to a camera, trying to update everybody on what's going on in the Honda community. So what I'm working on is hopefully next week I can get a little studio set up, actually boost the production value of this and actually turn it into a real show. I've been doing a lot of research. I've been talking to a lot of people. I got a couple ideas. I just want to boost this up for you guys, for myself, for the community. So with that said, thank you. Many thanks to you guys. Leave it down in the comments who I should check out. Who have you found? Who should I check out? Who should I cover? Who should I consume on the daily basis for new content? And let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, send this to at least one of your friends. Be like, yo, check out what this guy's doing. He's got a bunch of videos now, and he's also trying to promote a lot of Honda community guys. So, with that said, that's it for the Honda recap, guys. Thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in again. I think I've said that about 4 or 5 times now, but you know what? I'm super appreciative of all the support I've been getting. Check it out next week, Monday at 8. What's good? Peace.